Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's video. I thought I would finally film the fostering Q&A that I promised to film a little while ago. I've wrapped up all the questions, they're all on a piece of paper in front of me, so we're going to crack on and answer your questions. Before I start answering the questions, I just want to clarify something that gets asked quite a bit. This isn't an actual question I was asked, but I have heard it asked before, and basically the difference between fostering and adoption. Now, fostering is basically usually only temporary, so you can be fostered, let's say, between a month and 6 months. For me, it was obviously a longer story because, you know, it was a numerous amount of years. Couldn't tell you exactly as of this point, but very long time basically. An adoption is basically where you change your surname to match whoever you moved in with. So for me that didn't happen. Obviously I've still got the same surname as I did when I was younger. But adoption is more when you literally have new parents compared to, I don't want to say the word temporary parents, but you kind of get where I'm coming from with that. Rather than saying new parents, just temporary guardians, let's say, whilst, let's say, your actual birth parents are not very well. So, to start off the video, the first question was from AFT Lion, and it says, do you feel as though the fostering journey has given you the strength you have today and made me who I am? I think fostering has made me the person I am today. I understand more about, let's say, people that don't live with their mum or their dad. Gives me kind of an insight, wrong word, into, you know, what it's like not living with your mum and your dad. So I think for me, it's definitely made me who I am today, and it's made me that stronger person because I now use that experience to talk to other foster children about what it's like and what to expect when they leave care, that kind of thing. So I think for me, using my experience has actually given me more of an idea of who I want to be and who I am today. So my sister said, did I enjoy living with her? Of course, because she did the talking for me for the first 2 weeks of us moving into care. So yes, I did. And she also asked, has being a foster care ever inspired me to want to foster a child when I'm ready and the time is right? I did debate this for a long time a couple of years ago, and I did consider it. Obviously, I'm not in a position at the moment to foster, but if I ever get to that age where I feel I can do it, I will do it. But at the moment, the way I'm giving back is doing panels and my current role, which is being a care leaver advisor for an agency. I'm not going to specify that here, but I've just started that, so that will be coming into play very soon, and I'll be able to help people that are going through the care system at the moment, so I'm hoping that'll be beneficial to me. Pollyann asked, how long did I have to prepare when they informed me of a new placement? And now this was when we were first going into care, so how long we were informed that it would be until we moved on, let's say, because we did move, I think it was 3 times total, could be wrong, but so I would say we got a good month or two's notice to know that, like, we had a family to go to, but we did do an initial meet with them as well, so it wasn't just we're moving straight in with them. It was, okay, in 2 months you're going to be living with them, so why don't you go and spend a few days there, get used to them, meet them, that kind of thing. I'm knocking everything on the floor. So yeah, that, I'm hoping that answers the question, but I'm going to say it was at least a month or 2, and it kind of gave us time to prepare for moving on as well. Community Foster Care said, what has been your most positive learning from my experience? That's one question, there are more. The most positive learning is not so much now, but when we were going through the process, it was understanding the reasons behind it, and after reading back through all the paperwork from my case, let's call it, I seem to understand a bit more now. And now that I'm doing panel as well, you get used to the new terms that they're using. you kind of can see how the care process is going, that kind of thing. So positive learning for me is being able to talk about it in as much detail as I physically want to, which a lot of the time is full detail. So there we go. What were your favourite ways for a new carer to make me feel settled and happy? For me, it was just patience. Obviously, I didn't speak for the first 2 weeks of moving into our foster home for the first time. So for me, it was pure patience and just knowing that they were there when you were ready to talk and not forcing me into talking. You know, like I say, it took me 2 weeks to actually say anything. My sister did all the talking for me to start with. And then as my confidence grew, I just gradually started talking. And then it got to the point where they basically couldn't shut me up. So there we go. What were my biggest challenges? I think the biggest challenges for me was when we first went into care. Obviously, being taken away from your mum when you're gonna say between the age of 7 and 8, could be wrong. It was difficult because I was in primary school at the time, but the biggest challenges I think were going into care and then obviously transforming from supported lodgings, which is where I was a couple of years ago now, into my own flat. And that was a difficult experience because obviously I'd lived with people my entire life, and now I'm on my own. And you know, when I say I'm on my own, I'm living on my own. I still see everybody. I still see my foster carers to this day, and that is something I will always make sure I do. But I do think the biggest challenges is moving between your birth family, your foster family, and then to your own accommodation yourself. I think that's definitely some big challenges. So, Clear Critique, said, did I have a favourite experience? For me, I think it's just generally all the different holidays we went on. So obviously with them, I went to Greece. I went on school trips to like Berlin, Llanrug in Wales. So for me, it was definitely holidays. I went abroad for the first time in however many years. I'd been abroad in 2003, I think it was, and then the next time was like 2005, something like that. So for me, it was definitely the holiday side of it. But general experience as well, I couldn't fault it. There is nothing that I would have changed in my entire fostering experience with them. So that is something I think I'm most proud of, like getting through that experience and being able to talk about it in the detail that I do today. So I hope that's answered all of your questions that you sent in. If you do have any more, please feel free to comment them in the comments to this video, and I will make sure they will get answered in a follow-up video. If you have any more questions or you want to ask more detail, if you would like me to talk about something in more detail, please feel free to let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because as of this moment with this video being filmed, I've hit the 400 subscriber mark. We're just over now, but I am very thankful to everybody that is following me and is keeping up with the videos, and I will hopefully see you all very soon. Plenty of videos on the way, but I'm always after ideas as well, so please feel free to let me know ideas in the comments below, and I will see you all soon. So thank you for watching, take care, bye for now, bye.